all good things must come to an end. My time in Thailand is finally up, and it's time for me to be traveling on now. I had almost 6 amazing months here in the land of smiles. From the southern islands of Phuket and Koh Phi Phi to the northern city of Chiang Mai. And finally, back to Bangkok.
About to see the world in action, what we can be.
In October of 2021, I left Belgrade, Serbia, and flew into the Phuket sandbox. I stayed at Coron Beach at the Santara Grand Beach Resort. I spent little over a month exploring Phuket and its wonderful beaches.
I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
I then took a side trip over to the Phi Phi Islands to see what, in my opinion, is nothing short of a natural wonder of the world on Koh Phi Phi Lay. It's a place that I had wanted to see for almost 2 decades, and it's also the place where The Beach was filmed with Leonardo DiCaprio. I then headed north to Chiang Mai and was able to explore amazing temples, try amazing food, experience amazing Thai culture at night markets, holiday festivals, and try out the digital nomad scene that Chiang Mai is famous for at the different co-working spaces. Finally, I took the night train south to Bangkok for a final few days in this world-class city and saw one of the largest malls in the entire world. This is one of the wildest malls I've ever seen here in Bangkok. It's 8 floors. I spent 2 hours crawling this thing. It's nuts.
Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me.
Final few days in this world-class city where I got to see some of the most amazing and largest malls in the world, as well as eat at Mark Wien's restaurant. So my final 5 thoughts from my last night in Bangkok, Thailand. Number 1, Thailand has something for everyone. Whether you're a foodie, they've got that. If you're into sports, they've got that. You want beaches or nature in the mountains, they've got it. It is a huge country. It is very diverse. There is all sorts of things to do. You want an expat population from different countries. In Chiang Mai, you've got Europeans, you've got North Americans, you've got different Asians from China and Filipinos, all living in that place. So there's all kinds of things that you can do, and it's just an amazing country that is so diverse with so many different things that you can see. Number 2, after having lived in Thailand for almost half of a year, I really understand why so many people who come to Thailand want to stay and become expats or spend more and more time in Thailand. And the reasons for that is because you have a very modern country technologically, infrastructure-wise, that has all kinds of wonderful food, wonderful culture, nightlife, things to do, different vacation trips that you can take, day trips going to other cities. it's just a really good place that ticks off so many boxes, and it's so affordable. I wouldn't call Thailand cheap. I would say, because there are places that you can go that are less expensive than Thailand, but I would say that the value that you get for your money in this country is just unreal and realistically unparalleled from many of my other trips around the world. Number 3, living in Thailand when you first get here is just easy mode compared to many other countries that I've lived in and that I've traveled through. And so what I mean by that is it's so easy to figure things out, to find things that you need. There's just so much availability of not just things that are here from locally, but that are imported or from different regions of the world. It's easy to find someone, if you're an English speaker, to be understood and to get information. And they have, if you do want to go deep into the culture and you want to learn the languages, they've got tons of languages schools all over the country, especially down in Phuket, where I was originally at, and then in the north in Chiang Mai, where I lived for the majority of my time in Thailand. Number 4, and this kind of ties into some of the other ones, but you can get anything, 90%, I would say, of things that you want that you couldn't get in some other countries, you can find in Thailand. So if you're wanting stuff from the West or from the United States, Western Europe, there is availability for those things, for different foods, different cosmetics, different electronics. Now, you might pay a much more elevated price than you would in your home country, but just to know that you can actually get them is very good. In many of the countries that I have lived in, especially on this last trip that I've done, things just weren't available. It didn't matter how much money you had, it simply wasn't available. But like I say, 85, 90% of what you would want or you would desire, you can get living in Thailand. Finally, number 5, Thailand lives in the now. And what I mean by that is in the West, especially in the United States and North America, people live in the future. They're always looking for what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen next week, what's going to be happening a year from now. Plans within plans. And although that's good, they seem to not live in the now of what's actually going on today. And in Thailand, even though it is an advanced society, even though it is a very modern place, with all of the great infrastructure and technology, they still actually live for today and what's going on today. They take the time to actually enjoy life. So in some ways, it's a much slower pace of life than I have experienced in the West, and I think that's a good thing. Thailand was an amazing experience. It was everything that I thought it would be, and it has so much to offer to every traveler. Whether you come for a short holiday vacation or you want to become an expat in this amazing kingdom. I love Thailand, and I will be back to this place again. But now my present journey in Thailand has come to an end. One day I will return, but a new journey now begins. And tomorrow the clouds will part, and a new destination will be revealed that is sure to be filled with even more adventure.